Land is wonderful. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. You can work, rest and play in that. Treat it right and it'll feed us all. But it doesn't come for free. In fact, it rises in value so quick, it seems to get more expensive every day. They don't make it anymore, see? And food prices don't earn farmers very much either, which is why rental earnings from land are below 1%. That's why speculators want to build houses instead. But maybe it shouldn't be that way. Maybe land should be protected. At least, that's what we think. But land matters. And what we grow on it matters too. Stands to reason, I mean, seeing as how they don't make it anymore, perhaps we ought to look after it. Some people want to look after the land properly, and here's the clever bit. They care so much they'll give their own money to protect it. They'll buy it and put it in a trust and let the farmer get on with it. Amazing! Problem is, the cost of the money to make that work in the first place. Well, the high street banks won't do it, that's for sure. So, what can we do? Well, we've got to do something, haven't we? So, here's another clever idea. This is a rural business park. It's in Stockwood, in Worcestershire, the heart of Merry England, you could say. It was made out of some old farm stables 20 years ago. And today, there are 100 local people working here every day. That's more than in the old days of the horses. Another 100 who are based here work all over Britain too. And guess what? 12 million a year gets generated here now, see? That's the thing. It means there's jobs and meaningful things for local folks to stay in the area for. And rental income too. 200,000 a year of it at Stockwood. And well, that's an 8% return once you crunch the numbers. And should be enough to get the ball rolling on saving the land next door to it, don't you think? That's what that sounds like to me. Well, those numbers aren't what some high-flying city folk would get excited about. But it's a start. It still can't buy the land next door on its own. But here's the next clever bit. Because the high-flying finance types won't make up the difference, we have to change the rules. Go back in time to when respectable folks who had a little bit to put away could also make a difference in the world. 200 years ago, the Victorians invented industrial and provident societies to handle their money equitably and invest it in people that needed it. Well, now you can too. See, the farm next door and the businesses at Stockwood, they have a sort of double life. Look, this chap here, he renovates old cars, fancy ones. Upcycling, he calls it. He fixes them up, gets their efficiency right, and makes sure they don't go to waste. Did you know how much energy and material it takes to make a new car? Keep the old uns and make them run like new, see? This lady is an accountant. She works at Stockwood too. And she helps out with the lambing on the land next door. You weren't expecting that, were you? And the lambs have got another friend because this lady makes printed circuit boards, but she looks after the orphan lambs. See, the thing is that the people working here are just doing normal jobs, making a living, looking after themselves. But they're doing more than that, aren't they? Some of them go the whole hog and only use organic and natural materials. Others support charities, offer traineeships, keep the local area alive with jobs, and they all want to work on going greener. Imagine a bank being interested in any of that. They're helping to make a difference by being here, and the farm next door keeps them thinking bigger and broader too. It's business as unusual at Stockwood. Anyway, what was I saying? I had a train of thought going on those numbers. Oh yes, I remember. 8% return if you mix the business park and the farm. And that's enough to share. So say Stockwood paid you 5% for investing in this place. Not the whole 8%, so they can reinvest in the good stuff those businesses were keen to get on with, but a fair chunk of it. And that means you became a part owner too. A member like those Victorians did. You join the society and become part of making the good stuff grow and grow. So now the farm is protected from those speculators, and there's still plenty left over because the story only just begins there. Like teaching people about the best that British farming can be, and supporting modern business, not the dinosaurs we all hear about, but business that wants to make a better world because of the way it behaves. And here's Alicia, the business that founded this farm. They're the ones that came up with the clever way to save it and help businesses make a difference, like making our own energy and making our buildings greener, and sourcing materials better, and trading fairly, and giving apprenticeships. It's going to be a journey, but it's going to be great. I like breaking the rules, I do.